Hello, everybody. Schooner 007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 12-10 Atlanta Braves taking on the 15-6 New York Mets. It's game one of a three-game series between the Braves and the Mets in this classic NL East Division rivalry. Who's going to win game one? Will it go to the Braves? Will it go to the Mets? We'll find out in 9 innings time. And here is the starting lineup for the Atlanta Braves. Leading off, the second baseman, Kelly Johnson. Batting second, the shortstop, Yunel Escobar. Batting third, the third baseman, Chipper Jones. Batting fourth, the first baseman in the cleanup position, Mark Teixeira. Batting fifth, the catcher, Brian McCann. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Jeff Francoeur. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Matt Diaz. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Jorge Blanco. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Jara Jurgens. On the mound for the Mets, it's Mike Pelfrey. He'll come into today's game with a starting ERA of a 4.50. 1 win, 1 loss. He's pitched 18 innings, allowed 20 hits, 11 strikeouts, and 4 walks. We're here at Shea Stadium, which gives nothing to strikeouts or home runs, but a +2 to walks. And with that, Kelly Johnson steps up into the batter's box. He's batting a .282 as the home plate umpire dusts off home plate. And we are ready for the first pitch. And it is a 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a blank, and we consider that a blank right now. We consider that a blank because Kelly Johnson is a left-handed batter. So on the pitcher card, when you have a split result, you will look to the left-handed side of the slash. And with that, 5-1, column 5, row 1, that's going to be a base hit out there past the shortstop, past Reyes. And Kelly Johnson leads off with a base hit. So runner on first. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the New York Mets. We've got Pagan out there in left field. Beltre will be in center. Church at right. Going around the horn, we've got Wright on third. Reyes will be at short. Castillo will be on second. Anderson at first. Castanova will be behind the plate. And Pelfrey will be on the mound. Yunel Escobar batting a .348. Strategy roll is an 8 with the infield at double play depth. The Braves holding off, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. Possible error on a throw. So that means we're going to check the number in the brackets. Whose error range are we checking? That's a power hit to Pagan. Question mark 9 on a right-handed pitcher. 1 to 6, it's a single. 7 is a double. 8 is a triple. 9 or higher, it's a flyout. It's a 3, that's going to be good for a base hit. His error range is a 0. Castillo's error range is a 6. No error there. And with that, Johnson will go to second, and everyone will just advance 1 base. Johnson will hold. Die roll, the reason he holds the die roll is a 4. His base running is a 0. The rule says if the die roll is higher than the base run rating, he will hold. Chipper Jones due up. Jones batting a .348. Runners on first and second. Infield still at double play depth. Strategy roll is an 8, and the Braves holding off. And that's going to be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. It's a double out there into center field. And with that, Beltre going back. Escobar on third. Does he advance? Well, we rolled a 1 on the runner advancement chart, so we'll check the second die roll there. That is a 2. So, on both of these, it says the lead runner will advance. So, Escobar does score. Now, for Chipper Jones, does he pick up that extra base? He's on second. Does he advance to third? If the roll is less than or equal to the trailing runner's BR. Trailing runner's BR is a 2. The die roll is a 2. He'll pick up the extra base, and the Braves it's an RBI double by Triple Jones. It's 2-0 Braves. Strategy roll is a 3, infield at normal depth with no outs, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. Teixeira being a switch hitter. He's batting left. That's going to be good for a walk. On a 1-14, that is an 8, and that will be good for a walk. So the Braves have runners on the corners, and that's going to bring up Brian McCann. McCann batting a 2-43. Strategy roll is a 1. Braves standing pat. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a hit by pitch. Mike will add an 8 to the hit by pitch rating. That makes it a 13. The die roll is a 20, so that is outside of the range. He does not get hit. And that is going to be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. That's a fly ball back there to Church. Church sees it, makes the catch. And that'll be out number 1. And with that, we're going to check to see if it's a sac fly. So we'll roll 1d6 if it's less than the SF rating of the batter plus the mod, the runner scores. So mod would hit to F9. It's a +1. That makes it a 2. The die roll is a 1. And with that, the Braves score another run on a sac fly by Brian McCann. It's 3-0 Atlanta. Jeff Francoeur is up. He's batting a 279. Strategy roll is a 5. Infield double play depth with 1 out, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. Fly ball back there to Pagan. Pagan goes back, eyes it up, makes the catch, and retires and puts 2 away. Matt Diaz batting a 191. Strategy roll is a 2, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a range play. And whose range are we checking? And that's going to be 5-5, column 5, row 5, ground ball to White. Right. Does he make the catch? His range is on a 1-3. It's a 6. Right can't make it. It'll go past him as he dives for it. We rolled the D20. That is a single. And it went past him. And once again, we have runners on first and second. Teixeira will get the hold sign. He'll hold up at second. David Wright is 3 for 7 on his range plays. Jorge Blanco batting a 214. Strategy roll is a 19, and here is the pitch. Pitch 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-1. Column 6, row 1, double star 6. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Pagan. He'll go back, make the catch. and that will retire the side. So 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and the Braves leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the New York Mets. Leading off, the shortstop, Jose Reyes. Batting second, the second baseman, Luis Castillo. Batting third, the third baseman, David Wright. Batting fourth, the center fielder in the cleanup position, Carlos Beltre. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Ryan Church. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Angel Pagan. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Marlon Anderson. Batting eighth, Raul Castanova, the catcher. Batting ninth, the pitcher, Mike Pilfrey. On the mound for the Braves, it is Jara Jargins. He'll come into today's game with a starting ERA of a 3.15. He's got 2 wins and no losses. He's pitched 15 and 2/3 of an inning so far. 23 hits, 26 strikeouts, and 6 walks. And with that, Jose Reyes steps up into the batter's box. He's batting a .302. We're ready to start the home half of the first inning here. 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-6. The 8 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6, double star 4. And that's going to be a ground ball to Jones over here on the double star line. Jones will make the catch, throw it over to Teixeira. And that is out number 1. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Atlanta Braves. Diaz will be out there in left field. Blanco will be in center. Francoeur at right field. Going around the horn, we've got Jones on third. Escobar will be at short. Johnson at second. Teixeira at first. McCann will be behind the plate. And Jared Jargins will be on the mound. Luis Castillo batting a .234. Pitch, 2-5, column 2, row 5, at the ballpark. Anytime you roll the at symbol as your result on the pitcher card, you'll resolve the play on the ballpark card. So Shea Stadium, 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Escobar will make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, and David Wright is up. Wright batting a .326, and here is the pitch. Wright, 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a walk. On a 1-16, the 17 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's a ground ball past the shortstop, ground ball to the shortstop, Escobar, who will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Mets go down in order after 1. It's Braves 3, Mets nothing. We go to the top of the second. Jared Jargins, Kelly Johnson, and Escobar due up for the Braves. Jared Jargins batting a 100. And that is going to be a 4-2, 2-4. Column 2, row 4, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Shea Stadium, and that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1, ground ball to the second baseman. Castillo will make the catch, and that'll put 1 away. We go to the top of the order. Kelly Johnson, 0-for-1 with a run scored. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. It's a strikeout on a 1-12. The 4 in range struck him out. And that's going to bring up Escobar. Escobar is 1-for-1 with a run scored. The pitch, 1-5, column 1, row 5. That is a blank. Escobar, 3-3, column 3, row 3, double star 3, and that's going to be a fly ball back there to center field. Beltre goes back, makes the catch, and and that will retire the side. So the Mets return the favor and retire the Braves in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. Carlos Beltre, Ryan Church, and Angel Pagan due up for the Mets. Carlos Beltre batting a .278, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a range play. Whose range are we checking? 6-5, column 6, row 5. That's a ground ball to Johnson. Johnson's range is on a 1-3. Range play, range die roll is a 3. Johnson will make the catch, throw it over to Teixeira, and makes the out on a one-hop turn. And they'll get the out in time and 1 away. Ryan Church batting a .304, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2, strikeout on a 1-12. That is an 8. Struck him out. Struck him out, and that's going to bring up Angel Pagan, 2 down. Pagan batting a .300. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. That's going to be a line drive to the shortstop. Escobar will make the catch, throw that over to Teixeira, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Mets go down in order after 2. It's Braves 3, Mets nothing. We go to the top of the third. It's Chipper Jones, Mark Teixeira, and Brian McCann due up for the Braves. Chipper Jones is 1 for 1 today with a double, a run, and he's already got 2 RBIs on the day. Chipper Jones, 1-3, 1-5 is the roll off the picture card. That is a blank, column 1, row 5. We're going to go to Jones, and that's going to be a 1-1, and that's going to be a fly ball back there to Church. Church goes back, makes the catch, and that'll put 1 away. Mark Teixeira walked his last time up, and here is the pitch. Teixeira, 5-2, column 5, row 2, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Shea Stadium. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Pagan. Pagan will make the catch, and that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Brian McCann. McCann with an RBI, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is going to be a hit by pitch. Now, remember, we add 8 from Mike. That makes it a 13. The die roll is an 11. And with that, Brian will get hit. Oh, and he got hit by the pitch. And the umpire gives him a warning on that one. But I think it was unintentional. He just couldn't get out of the way in time. Jeff Francoeur is up. He's 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 16 with a runner on first. Infield normal depth. When you have 2 outs and a runner on base, you add +1 to all base run ratings for all base runners when you have 2 outs. Jeff Francoeur, 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 16, and here is the pitch. That is going to be a 5-6, 5-4. Column 5, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-9. The 5 in range struck him out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and the Braves will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the third. Marlon Anderson, Raul Castanova, and Mike Pilfrey due up for the Mets. Marlon Anderson batting a .600. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. Double star 6. It's a fly ball to Francoeur. His range is on a 1-3. And that is a 5. That's going to be good for a double. Francoeur can't make it. And he misjudged it, and Anderson is on with leads off with a double. Francoeur is 4 for 8 on his range plays. Raul Castanova is up. He's batting a .259. Strategy roll is a 2. It is a steal attempt, 2 plus 1. So on a steal attempt, we add the number from the pitcher card. So in this case, Anderson is a left. So we'll add the left side number. That is a 2 to the pitcher. That is a 3 to the stolen base rating. That makes it a 16. 16 or lower, he'll steal third. It's a 1, he'll steal third. Now, we'll check to see, was it a throwing error? So in a 1 or a 2, the runner is safe. We do check for a throwing error. McConn's error range is on a 1 to 10. However, that is a 17. There is no throwing error. So the Mets have a runner now in scoring position. Raul Castanova, hitting a .259, and here is the pitch, infield normal depth. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 9. That is a 1. Struck him out. And that'll put 1 away, and that's going to bring up Mike Pilfrey. Pilfrey, strategy roll is a 9, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a walk on a 1 to 9. The 11 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. And that is going to be a ground ball to the third baseline to Jones. He'll make the catch. They're going to try to score the runner. Yes. They're going to go for the out. They are. So, Anderson scores. Met puts the Mets on the board with 1 out. Bases are empty. 2 outs, sorry. Bases are empty. And the Mets are on the board. It's 3-1. Jose, we go to the top of the order. Jose Reyes, 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. Right now, we consider that a strikeout. On a 1 to 6, the 10 is too high. Reyes. And that is going to be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. Same thing. On the batter card, when you roll a split result, you'll look to see if the pitcher is left or right-handed. In this case, Jar is a right-handed pitcher. That is a 1 to fly ball back there to Diaz. And that will retire the side as he'll make the catch. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on for the Mets. After 3, it's Braves 3, Mets 1. We go to the top of the 4th. Matt Diaz, Jorge Blanco, and Jara Jargens due up for the Braves. Matt Diaz, 1 for 1. The pitch, 1-5, column 1, row 5. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. It's a ground ball to Castillo. He'll make the catch there. And that'll put 1 away. Jorge Blanco is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. That's going to be good for a base hit out there in the right field. As Castillo will hit a blooper there into right field. George Jurgens is up. He's 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 16. It's a sacrifice play. They are going to go with it. Try to get Blanco into scoring position. 6-4, column 6, row 4. That is a blank. And bunted hard. Proceed as you would with any ground double play. So on a 4, it will go to first base. And with that, it is a 6. However, the play is going to be only at first. So 1 minus 1 makes it a 0. Ground double play rating is a 1. Die roll of a 6. The pivot is the shortstop. So 3-6-3. In this case, it would have been for the double play. However, Reyes throws it back to first. Blanco there, the out at first, as the play will be only at first. So top of the order with 2 outs, a runner now in scoring position. Kelly Johnson is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a run. Strategy rolls a 13, and here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. Possible error on a throw. And that is going to be a 2-6. Column 2, row 6. It's a ground ball to right. His error range is on a 1 to 8. It's a 7. It's a throwing error. He'll throw it wide. It's a 1 base error. And runners now on the corners for the Braves. Johnson and Blanco on by an E5. We go to the top of the order. Escobar is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Strategy roll is a 17, and the Braves are holding off. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. It's a double out there into left field. As a smack a blooper back to the wall. And the Braves add another run. It's 4-1. Johnson on third. Does he pick up the run? Die roll is a 2. Base run rating is a 2. The die roll is a 3. On a D7, we minus 2 from the base run rating. And it's a 3. He will hold. So, runners on second and third, and that's going to bring up Chipper Jones. Jones is 1 for 2 with a double, a run, and an RBI. Strategy roll is a 14, and that's going to be a 1-4. Column 1, row 4, that is a blank. Jones, 2-1-2. Column 1, row 2, that's going to be good for a base hit into center field. Johnson scores. Escobar on third. He'll come around and score. Die roll is a 4. That is a 5. It's 6-1. The Braves have a 5-run lead here in the top of the 4th. And taking a look at the picture, Mike Pilfrey, he can go 6 more batters before he is considered tired. Mark Teixeira, 0 for 1, with a walk. Strategy roll is a 5. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-5. Column 4, row 5. That's going to be a walk plus. Now, on a walk plus, we add 10, plus the modifier from Shea Stadium, which will give it a +2. We add 12 to that range. That makes it a 24. That is a 2. That is a walk, and they'll walk to Shera on a full count. So runners on first and second, that's going to bring up Brian McCann. Taking a look over at the Mets, the Mets, their bullpen starting to warm up. Strategy rolls a 9 for Brian McCann with that RBI. 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a range. Column 5, row 3. It's a range play. And that is going to be a 3-3. Column 3, row 3. It's a base hit down the first baseline. Anderson's range is on a 1-4. That is a 3. Anderson with the catch to end the inning. So 3 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. And 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Luis Castillo, David Wright, and Carlos Beltre due up for the Mets. Luis Castillo is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-7. That is a 6. Struck him out. And David Wright now up. Wright 0 for 1. Wright 3-3. Column 3, row 3. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-1. Column 6, row 1, double star 6. It's going to be a fly ball back to Francoeur. He'll make the catch. And Francoeur will be, and that'll put 2 away. Carlos Beltre is 0 for 1. Beltre 5-2. Column 5, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-4. Column 3, row 4. That's going to be a ground ball down to second base. Johnson will make the catch. Throw it over to Teixeira. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on as the Braves retire the Mets. In order, we go to after 4. It's Braves 6, Mets 1. We go to the top of the 5th. Jeff Francoeur, Matt Diaz, and Jorge Blanco due up for the Braves. Jeff Francoeur 0 for 2 with a strikeout. They're going to send Mike Pilfrey out. This might be his last inning. And that is going to be a 4-1. Column 4, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-5. Column 6, row 5. Ground ball down the third baseline to Wright. He'll make the catch. And that'll be 1 away. Taking a look at Anderson, that was his first range play of the replay. So he's 1 for 1 on his range plays. Matt Diaz is a 1 for 2, and here is the pitch. Diaz 3-3, column 3, row 3. That is a strikeout on a 1-7. That is a 9. Struck him out. Jorge Blanco is 1 for 2 with a run scored. And that is going to be a 5-6. Column 5, row 6. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-3. Column 5, row 3, double star 5. Ground ball down the third baseline. Wright will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Braves go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Ryan Church, Angel Pagan, and Marlon Anderson due up for the Mets. Ryan Church 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The pitch. That's going to be a 1-5. Column 1, row 5. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 1-1. Column 1, row 1. Ground ball down the first baseline. Teixeira will make it. Jurgens comes over. Teixeira throws it underhand to Jurgens. He'll come over, and Jurgens will tag the plate for the out. And that'll put one away. Angel Pagan. Pagan is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. Pitch 3-6, column 3, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1-8. The 15 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-4. Column 4, row 4. That's going to be a base hit down to second base past Johnson. Johnson tries to jump for it, but he can't make the catch, and with that, Angel Pagan is on with a base hit. Pagan's stolen base rating is a 1. That's you can't go higher than 20, so they're gonna send him for the steal, and that is a 3. That's going to be good for a stolen base. So Pagan will go to second, and with that, Marlo Anderson is up. He's 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. And here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, strikeout. On a 1-10, that is a 2. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away, and that's going to bring up Raul Castanova. Castanova is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 3. The Mets holding off. Runner in scoring position. And that is going to be a 3-4. Column 3, row 4. That is a strikeout. On a 1-9, the 18 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-1. Column 5, row 1, double star 3. And that is going to be a ground ball down the first baseline to Teixeira, and he'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Mets. After 5, it's Braves 6, Mets 1. We go to the top of the 6th. Jara Jurgens, Kelly Johnson, and Yuno Escobar due up for the Mets. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound, Mike Pilfrey, coming out of this game. So the Mets see, we have a right, left, right. So they are going to bring in so they are going to bring in Bobby. Yep. Bobby Parnell is going to come in. Parnell, first time we're seeing him, no wins, no losses. He does have an ERA of a 5.4. He did pitch 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks in his actual season stats. Let's take a look at the stats here for Mike Pilfrey. Pilfrey went 5 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch, an ERA of a 4.70. Joey Jurgens is 0 for 2. Jurgens, is he going to take the hit here? Yeah, they're going to let Jurgens take the hit. Jurgens, 3-4, column 3, row 4, possible error. And that's going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That's going to be a base hit. Anderson's error range is a 0. 17 on the die roll there. And Jurgens will get on with, leads off with a base hit. Top of the order, Kelly Johnson is 1 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 runs. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That's a strikeout. On a 1 to 12, the 16 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. Line drive to third base. Castillo will make the catch. No double play there. The runner is not doubled up. He would have been doubled up on a 1 to 2 on first base. Second base would have been a 3 to 4. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Escobar. Escobar is 2 for 3 with a double, a run, 2 runs, and an RBI. And the pitch. 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a home run on a 1 to 7. That is a 3. And Escobar smacks one out of here at Chase Stadium. 2-run home run. Fly ball down the left field side. Pagan going back. That ball is into the stands. And that ball is out of here. 2-run home run for Escobar. It's his first home run of the replay. It's 8-1 Braves. Eight to 1 Braves, and they're going to let Bobby Purnell stay out. They're going to give him the one more. We'll see. That is a 6-4, column 6, row 4. It's a range play. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. Fly ball back there to Beltre. Beltre's range is on a 1 to 4. Beltre will make the catch. That is a 2. That is a 4. Beltre makes the catch at the warning track. And that'll put 2 away. And that is going to bring up Mark Teixeira as they want to see if he can get out of this inning. Teixeira is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. And here is the pitch. 1-2, column 1. Row 2, that is a strikeout on a 1 to 9. That is a 6. Struck him out. And that will retire the side. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Bobby Purnell, Jose Reyes, and Luis Castillo due up for the Amazings. Bobby Purnell not going to take the hit here. And they are going to bring in Argus Reyes to pinch hit. Reyes batting a .250. And here is the pitch. By the way, Joey Jurgens can face 9 more batters before he is considered tired. And that is going to be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. It's a line drive to Jones. Jones will make the catch, throw it over to Teixeira. and that is out number one, and we go to the top of the order. Jose Reyes is 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. Reyes, 4-4. By the way, for that range, it's the other team. It's when the Mets take the field. We gotta check that range there. Range play. And whose range are we checking? And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a single to Francoeur. However, his range is on a 1-3. Francoeur will make the catch, as he'll take the hit away. And Jeff Francoeur is 5 for 9 on his range plays. 2 away. And that's going to bring up Luis Castillo, and here is the pitch. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1-7. The 16 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Blanco. Blanco goes back, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. After 6, it's Braves 8, Mets 1. We go to the top of the 7th. It is Brian McCann, Jeff Francoeur, and Matt Diaz due up for the Braves. And they are going to bring in Carlos Munoz. He'll come into the game with an ERA of a 5.42. 1 win, no loss. He's pitched 8 1/3 of an innings, allowed 10 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Bobby Parnell. He went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 1 home run, an ERA of an 18. Ryan McCann is up. He's 0 for 1 with an RBI. So 5, 6, and 7 due up for Carlos Munoz. And here is the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6. That's our range play. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. It's a double to Church. On a 1-5, Church will make the catch. Church goes back, makes the jump at the wall, and puts it away. And Church will get the out. He's 9 for 13 on his range plays. Jeff Francoeur 0 for 3 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 1-1, column 1, row 1. That's going to be a walk. On a 1-9, the 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Pagan. Pagan goes back, makes the catch. And that'll put 2 away, and that's going to bring up Matt Diaz. Diaz is 1 for 3 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. Diaz, 4-1, column 4, row 1, strikeout on a 1-17. That is a 20. The 20 is too high. That's going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Beltre. He'll make the catch. As we sing, take me out to the ball game. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on as the Mets retire the Braves in order. We go to the Bottom of the seventh, it's David Wright, Carlos Beltre, and Ryan Church due up for the Mets. All right, let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 innings have been played here at Shea Stadium. The Braves coming in strong, 3 runs in the first inning, 3 runs in the fourth inning, 2 runs in the sixth, 8 runs and 9 hits and no errors. The Mets scored the only run so far in this game back in the third inning. It's 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error for the Mets. 11 hits between both teams. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. And David Wright up to bat. He's 0 for 2. And here is the pitch. And Jara Jargans can go 6 more batters. That's going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That's going to be good for a base hit, a single, and a 1-15. And David Wright leads off with a base hit. Carlos Beltre is up. Beltre is 0 for 2. Beltre gonna take the hit, and here is the pitch. Beltre 1-6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1-8. The 16 is too high. 3-3, column 3, row 3. And that is going to be a power hit to Diaz. On a 1-3, it's a single. On a 4-9, it's a double. 10-13, it's a triple. Anything higher, it's a flyout. It's a 19. Diaz robs him at the wall, makes the catch. And that puts 1 away as Diaz goes banging into the wall with the catch. Blanco's going to come over to make sure he's okay. And with that, 1 away, and that's going to bring up Ryan Church. Church is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Church going to take the hit here, and the pitch, 3-6, column 3, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1-12. The 11 is in range, struck him out. And that'll put 2 away, and that's going to bring up Angel Pagan. Pagan is 1 for 2. Runner on first. Strategy rolls are turned off, and the reason they're turned off right now is we take the difference in the score. It's a 7-run game. We take the 7, add it to the inning we are in. We are in the 7th inning of the game. So therefore, 7 plus 7 is 14. And if the number you get is higher than 10, strategy rolls are turned off. 5-3, column 5, row 3. That is a strikeout on a 1-8. That is an 8. Struck him out. As we quickly get a news flash popping across the screen there, but that will retire the side. It's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Mets will leave 1 stranded. After 7, it's Braves 8. Mets 1, and we go to the top of the 8th. It's Jorge Blanco, Jara Jurgens, and Kelly Johnson due up for the Braves. Yeah, Luis Castillo going to come out of this game at second base, and they are going to bring in Argenis Reyes to come in to take over at second base. No other changes for the Mets on defense with that. So, Carlos Nunez going back out there on the mound. He can face 3 more batters before he's considered tired. Jorge Blanco is 1 for 3 with a run scored. And the pitch, 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a blank. Blanco, 3-6, column 3, row 6. Blanco, smacks a base hit in a right field. Jar are not going to take the hit here. They are going to bring in a pinch hitter. And for Jar, it's going to be Ruben Gote. Gote will pinch hit. Gote batting a 100, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1-16. That's a 13. Struck him out. And one away, and we go to the top of the order. It's Kelly Johnson, 1 for 4 today with a strikeout and 2 runs. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a wild pitch. On a 1-14, it's a wild pitch. On a 15-17, it's a passed ball. It's an 8. It got past him. And he throws it just a bit outside. Blanco will advance to second base on the wild pitch. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. It's a base hit down the first baseline. Jorge goes to third. He's waved around. He'll come home. He'll go from second to home on a base run rating of a 4 through 6. That is a 4. He's waved around. It's an RBI single, and the Braves make it a 9-1 game. And with that, the Mets are going back to the bullpen, and they're pulling out Carlos Nunez. And they are going to bring in Brian Stokes. Actually, they're going to bring in Jorge Sosa. Sosa going to come into this game. Sosa comes into the game with a 5.84 ERA. No wins, 2 losses. He's pitched 7 2/3 innings, allowed 10 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Taking a look at the stats for Carlos Nunez, he went 1 1/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 strike, and 1 wild pitch, an ERA of a 5.57. However, he is responsible for Kelly Johnson, and Escobar is up. Escobar is 3 for 4 with a double, a home run, 3 runs. It's been a 3 RBI day for him today. And that's going to be a 2-2. That's going to be a blank. And that is going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. It's a ground ball to Reyes. He'll make the catch. Double play is a -1. That makes it a -2. That is a 1. We roll against the double play rating. That is a 6. And the 6 says the only play is at first. So Johnson goes to second on the fielder's choice, and Escobar is out. Chipper Jones up. Jones is 2 for 4 today with a double, a run, and for Chipper Jones in today's game, it's been a 4-run RBI game. 2-2, column 2, row 2. Chipper to see if he can make it a 5 RBIs. It's a 3-1. It is a double star 5. It's a ground ball to right. Right will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Braves. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Marlo Anderson, Raul Castanova, and Jorge Sosa do up for the Mets. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Braves. And that is going to be Julian Travers. Travers is going to come into this game. Comes in the game with a 3.0 ERA, 1 win, 1 loss. He's pitched 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Jared Jorgens. He went 7 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, and 6 big strikeouts. An ERA of a 2.75. 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup. Marlon Anderson is 1 for 2 with a double, a strikeout, and a run. And here is the pitch. Anderson going to take the hit. 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that's going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, double star 1. That's going to be a ground ball to Johnson. Johnson's range is on a 1-3. That is a 2. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Raul Castanova is 0 for 2. Castanova not going to take the hit. And they are going to bring in Moses Alura to pinch hit here. And that is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. That's a strikeout. On a 1-4, the 13 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. And that is going to be good for a base hit. And he'll get on, and Alura will get on with a base hit. And then the Mets are going to pull him for a pinch runner. And they're going to bring in Fernando Tatis. Tatis will pinch run here. Sosa not taking the hit. And they're going to bring in Brady Clark. Clark will pinch hit. Clark batting a .333. 1 out, runner on first. Mets down by 8. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-4. Column 4, row 4. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. It's a base hit to Jones. And with that, Tatis will hold at second. Stop sign goes up. He'll go from first to third on a base run rating of a 6. He has a 3. Top of the order, Jose Reyes is 0 for 3. Reyes going to take the hit here. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. That's going to be good for a base hit. Tatis will come around to score. He'll go from second to home on a 2 through 6. That is a 3. It's 9-2. Clark on second. He'll hold. He'll go from first to third on a 4 through 6. He's got a base run rating of a 1. Argenis Reyes will be up. He's batting a .222, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1-10. That is a 7. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. And David Wright is up. Wright is 1 for 3. 2 outs, runners on first and second, and Julian Travers is tired. And that is a 5-6, column 5, row 6, strikeout plus. We add 10 to the strikeout range. That is a 19. That is a 16. Struck him out looking. Struck him. And that will retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors, and 2 left on. After 8, It's Braves 9, Mets 2. We go to the top of the ninth. Mark Teixeira, Brian McCann, and Jeff Francoeur due up for the Braves. And with that, they are going to bring in Scott. So Scott will take the mound here. We're going to take a look at that. Catcher-wise, they are going to bring in Robinson Cancel as the catcher. So Scott Schroedness will take the mound. He's pitched no wins, no losses, and no saves. He's pitched 3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 strikeout, no walks. Taking a look at the stats here real quick for Jorge Sosa. He went 2/3 of an inning, an ERA of a 5.42. Take a look at the box score. After 8 have been played, Atlanta adding a run in the 8th inning. It's 9 runs on 11 hits and no errors. And the Mets came back and answered 1 as well. In the 8th, it's 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Mark Teixeira is 0 for 2. Teixeira going to take the hit. He's a switch hitter. He's batting left. And that is going to be a 3-3. Column 3, row 3, double question mark, single. Sorry, he's batting right. Single on a 1-7. That is a 4. And Teixeira is on with a base hit. No outs, runner on first. Brian McCann is up. He's 0 for 2 with an RBI. Going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That's going to be a walk on a 1-13. That is a 1, and they'll walk them. All right, they're going to call conference on the mound real quick. They're calling a timeout. So Cancel is going to go over to talk to him on the mound. All right. Umpire calls them all back. See if the little strategy talk there helped. And that is going to be a 1-4. Column 1, row 4. That's going to be a walk plus. On a 1-18, that is a 3. And that'll load the bases. Matt Diaz. Going to take the hit here. Tired on a 4-6-5, column 6, row 5. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. Ground ball up the middle to the pitcher, to Scott. He'll make the play. Are they going to go for the double play? They are not. So the out is at first. Teixeira scores. McCann goes to third. Francoeur to second. And they have 1 out. And it's 10-2 as the Braves get into double digits. Jorge Blanco gonna take the hit. They're giving him 1 more. He got an out. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That's going to be a walk on a 1-15. The 16 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. Ground ball to Reyes. Reyes will make the catch. Are they going to try to score the runner? They are not. So with that, it is going to be an out at first. And that'll be 2 away. They got him out at first, and they'll hold the runners. Julian Travers not going to take the hit. 2 outs. And they want to see what they can do here. Travers, Martin Pardo going to come in to pinch hit. Pardo batting a .350, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is a blank. Pardo and 4-3, column 4, row 3. That's a fly ball back there to Church. Church will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Carlos Beltre, Ryan Church, and Angel Pagan due up. And they are going to bring in Will Holman to come in. Holman, no ERA. He's got 1 win, no losses. He does have a single save. He's pitched 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and no walks. Beltre, 0 for 3. Is Beltre going to take the hit here? He is. Beltre, 6-2, column 6, row 2. Strikeout on a 1-8. That is a 6. And before we resolve that, let's take a look at the stats here for Jordan Travers. He went 1 inning, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 3.86. That is a 8. That is a 6. Struck him out. 1 away. Ryan Church. Church not going to take the hit here. He's 0 for 3. Dan Murphy going to come in. Going to bring in Dan Murphy to pinch hit here. Murphy batting a .500. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5, strikeout plus on a 1-20. That is a 5. Struck him out. And the Mets are down to the last out. Angel Pagan, 1 for 3. Pagan going to take the hit, and here is the pitch. 6-6, column 6, row 6, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Shea Stadium. And that is a 1-5, column 1, row 5. That's a fly ball back there to Blanco. Blanco going back, makes the catch. And that is the ball game. As the Atlanta Braves defeat the New York Mets 10-2. It's no runs, no hits, no errors. Final line score coming right up. So the Atlanta Braves easily defeat the New York Mets. Final score 10-2. Braves 10 runs on 12 hits and no errors. The Mets 2 runs on 6 hits, and they've only committed 1 error. George Jorgens will get the win, and Mike Pilfrey will pick up his 2nd loss. Jorgens will pick up his 3rd straight win. Escobar hits his first home run it's his first home run in this replay. George Jorgens, the winning pitcher, he went 7 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, an ERA of a 2.75. Will Oman, the last pitcher up for the Braves, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 strikes, no ERA. Mike Pilfrey will get the loss. He went 5 innings, allowed 7 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch, an ERA of a 4.70. And Scott Schwolness, the last pitcher up for the Mets, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, an ERA of a 2.75. So that's going to do it for us here at Shea Stadium, as the Braves will improve to 11-12, and the Mets will drop to 15-7. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on the way through the turnstiles as you catch the 7 train. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up, and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Scoonie007. We'll see you for another exciting game of the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.